And we head to game 2 here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. American River, El Camino, two gritty, hard-nosed teams. Mike Cepeda joined alongside Robert Lewis here. Robert, a pretty definitive sweep by the defending state champs in IVC in game 1 over West Valley. West Valley was a pretty game, but now we move and we turn the page over. In game 2, we could see a war here.
Well, this one should be a good one. I mean, we're talking about two very similar type of teams. Both are. You talked to both coaches. They both said the same thing. They're both kind of feisty, and they go for every point. And it is a potential 5-setter. However, El Camino comes in with, they're. You can't really look at the seeds at number 2 and 3 in the South and the North because at this point everybody's good. And the only difference is when Irvine Valley playing a West Valley, there was a definitive difference there. Irvine Valley was a defending state champion, and West Valley was a Cinderella number 8 seed coming in. But El Camino's been in the top 5 in the state all year long. Very consistent team. American River's been a little up and down. They had a loss earlier this year to College of the Sequoia, but they came back and they played Sierra, a team that they lost to in the conference season, and then they beat them to get here.
Yeah, it was wins over Foothill and Sierra, and that went 5. So this is a team that is battle-tested, but in terms of American River, you talk about El Camino. And El Camino, they play against Long Beach City. They play against some really tough schools in that South Coast Conference, and they come in as the number 3 seed from Southern California, but you talked about top 5 in the state throughout the season. This is probably the toughest number 3 seed that you're going to see in any state tournament.
Absolutely, and I think American River is going to be dealing with that. The thing is that the Beavers are on a high. El Camino, I mean, they're state tournament tested. They've been here, and that's where the coach comes in and knows what to say to her players, understands what it's like to be at a state championship tournament, playing in it, coaching in it, being an assistant coach, and those are the things that might help the Warriors as the match possibly goes longer.
You talk about American River, and let's talk about their embarrassment of riches in terms of power at the net. You have 3 players with over 200 kills. They're led by Savannah Smith, but you got Lily Johnson, you got Andrea Keene as well.
Yeah, Savannah Smith was a bounce back, and she was actually one of the first state player that we introduced the state player of the week in the California Community College Women's Volleyball Coaches Association, and she was one of the first named, and obviously one of the best players on the team. And again, they can spread it out. They have different players who can get the kills, and it's what's got them this far.
Fina Leilua leads the way for El Camino, 317 kills on the year. We'll have a battle coming up in a few moments. SoCalCollegeSports.com's continuing coverage. 3C2A Women's Volleyball, the championships, day 1. Quarterfinal 2 coming up in a little bit. And remember, everyone, you can catch this broadcast live or on the archived copy on our YouTube channel, SoCal College Sports 1. You have an Apple TV, you have any type of set-top box with a YouTube device, SoCal College Sports 1. You can catch this internationally. We're broadcasting worldwide. The Beavers and the Warriors getting ready to square off here. Game 2 on day 1 of the 2018 3C2A Volleyball Championships. Mike Zepeda Robert Lewis, Emery Johnson with you on today's broadcast. We may or may not be joined by some coaches later on. We'll get those particulars to you eventually.
Well, right now, Mike, one of the things that we're looking at is a big matchup between two big hitters, and it's Savannah Smith, American River. She was a bounce back from Washington State University. At Washington State, she actually got some significant time. She was in several matches. It wasn't just sitting on the bench for at Washington State, so getting to play against those Pac-12 schools. And then you have Fina Leilua of El Camino, an All-American hitter, a first-team All-American, has led them all season long and brought them here to the state championship tournament.
Fina, 317 kills on the year. And top players in the state. The battle to watch, Fina Leilua and Savannah Smith. And don't forget about Lily Johnson and Andrea Keene.
You know, we were talking about in the pregame about the 5-set type match that we could see. American River played 5 sets against Fresno City, won. Played 5 sets against Cabrillo, won. Played 5 sets against Sierra, lost. Played 5 sets against Folsom Lake, won. Played 5 sets against San Joaquin Delta, won. And then beat Sierra in 5 in the regional round 2 to get here.
El Camino in the white, American River in the darks.
Smith, the first attack, and it was wide.
Yeah, so a hitting error right off the bat for Savannah Smith. And El Camino on the board first.
Also, Smith's a left-hander.
Yeah, lefty with a whip. And you can really see what kind of dynamic that plays into, and she has to adjust there, puts it into the antenna. The set just not there. And it'll be Boda Jocelyn doling out the assists here today, most of them anyway, for American River. 2 errors, 2 points on the board, make it 3 errors, and 3 unanswered early on to start for El Camino. And El Camino, as we talked about, a very battle-tested team, a very tough number 3 seed coming out of the South.
Beavers shaky coming out of the gate right here.
Well, we saw some early jitters for West Valley. Irvine Valley rolled on in that first set. They eventually win in 3 with a clean sweep of the 4 seed out of the North. That one off the top of the tape, dug out. Come near side that one. I don't know if that got over. They're going to say that it did, so we play on. Hit in the middle, mistiming her jump, but still getting the kill.
That was Maris Yule. You know, Yule just kind of went up and it looked like she was going to pound it, and then she just kind of tapped it. And
it looked like she mistimed her jump.
It worked.
So 4-0. Yeah, you'll take it. And that one into the block and down on the El Camino side. So finally, it's American River getting on the board, and that was Kendall Welpott. Welpott, 136 kills coming into the championships, the 4th leading hitter on the team for American River. Back to serve. This is Lily Johnson, and Johnson with a jump float serve, a tough one.
Johnson at 39 aces this year.
That's a great bump set out of system by El Camino. That just a miss hit off the back. That was Andrea Keene. A terrific job by Michaela Clark with the bump set to set up near side.
One thing that Coach Liz Hazel said before the match was team that makes the least errors is probably going to win. Well, we're having errors galore already, but El Camino's up 5-2.
Yeah. So El Camino leading by 3 early on. First set, game 2 of day 1. Quarterfinal action here in the 3C2A Women's Volleyball Championship. American River serving, setter dump, not there. The pancake off of the floor, but American River unable to keep it alive. That's a great job by Welpott getting a hand in. Back comes the libero, Madeline Adams. Adams leading the team in digs on the season, 567 on the year. That's a gaudy number.
Kelly Donatucci serving for El Camino.
Good serve, good pass. Set not really there. Bump set outside. This is Fina Leilua. Perfectly placed by Fina. 7-2, and El Camino, the Warriors, getting out to an early lead. Back to battle. That's a pretty good pass in system. Savannah, and she's out, and
boy,
she's looking for a touch, and she's struggling early on.
She is. That's 3 errors right now for Smith. And a timeout.
And a timeout. I think this is just a case, as we said, early jitters here at the 2018 championships in the 3C2A. We'll take a break ourselves. 8-2 El Camino with a 6-point early lead. Kelly Donatucci will maintain her serve here for El Camino. ARC looking for a quick side out of the timeout. Trail it 8-2 here. Quarterfinal number 2. Tough back serve by Donatucci, handled pretty well. Far side, quick set, handled. Leilua Fina, her second kill of the match.
Mike, bad side for American River. I told you about that adage of you come out of a timeout, it's usually that the team that called that timeout comes out, gets the point. Instead, it's El Camino that comes out and gets the point.
Yep. So 9-2, the lead swells to 7 for the Warriors. Donatucci will go to work. That's a great pass. You have to finish, though. Big swing off of the block, not down, handled very nicely by El Camino. Fina gets roofed by Savannah. Savannah and Danica Menard on the block. So might that be the play that gets the Beavers going here, trailing it by 6.
And it fired up that bench.
Well, it's early, and the play hasn't been all that crisp, but a lot more excitement in quarterfinal number 2 than what we felt like in quarterfinal number 1. Bump set, roll shot, not there, and that was off of Andrea Keene.
The Donatucci twins, they have twins, Kelly Donatucci, a defensive specialist, and Caitlin Donatucci, the setter, and 2 brothers who play on the men's volleyball team. Played last year for men's volleyball.
Dick Blunt, friend of SoCalCollegeSports.com, color commentator last year at the men's championship. Might we see his team in that playing in that one as well this coming year? Back set down the line, that's handled extremely well. Love the passing early on from the Beavers. They just need to hit better. Quick set in the middle, and this one's just going to be bumped over. Free ball opportunity, joust ball. Leilua trying to take advantage, and it's going to be a 4-tap and a point back to El Camino.
That was an easy point for Leilua. The ball was just laying up there in the net. She just blew it home.
Yeah, that's the last person you want to get free looks to, and Leilua 3 kills early, 11-3. El Camino with an 8-point lead. Savannah Smith, nice set. That one way off the mark. And
several errors for American River early on.
Yeah, they're big hitters. Keene, Johnson, and Smith just not clicking right now, and you expect that to change, but obviously if you're El Camino, you'll take it. You're up by 9 in a landslide here in set 1. Tough serve, Savannah gets it up. Back row attack. Keene keeps it alive. That one bumped into the antenna, and another point. The lead now double digits for El Camino.
And that was Michaela Clark on that one.
Another timeout called by ARC. They are reeling in set 1. Back in a moment.
I take requests, Mike, and I got a text from a certain person, and it was athletic director Colin Preston at El Camino College, and he wanted to make sure everybody knows that he's the best-looking athletic director in the South Coast Conference. So, Colin, there you go. You got your shout-out.
I think Randy Tutor might have something to say.
I was going to say the same thing. I think Randy will probably get upset with that.
Not upset, just a little gamesmanship. Randy, no stranger to championship volleyball. I believe he won a couple titles when he was the coach at Long Beach City, now the athletic director at Long Beach City College.
In men's volleyball.
In men's volleyball. Yeah. That's absolutely right. Near side, Fina!
Wow, she gets so high.
She gets up. She got some boosties. That's what we call boosties in the basketball world.
That's why she's a first-team All-American. That last kill by Renee Bryden for El Camino. They're just running away with this first set. It's 16-3.
Yeah, at this point, you just want to start playing solid volleyball. Set one's probably over, barring a miracle momentum shift, but you want to start building that momentum if you're ARC. And you got a point right there after we talk about it. So King back to the service line, see if she can change the fortunes. Now, this is a team in American River, very talented, but obviously a little bit off kilter here in set one. So if they can start building some positive momentum going their way, do themselves a lot of favors for the rest of this match. Outside, Smith sets up off of the block. Fina Leilua back into the antenna, and it's going to be a kill for Lily Johnson.
Whether this match goes either way in this first set, I don't think it really matters to American River. Again, they've played 8 5-set matches this year.
Set up, near side. That one put over, dug out. That one put into the tape, and that one just off the mark by Ava Simmering.
Just needless unforced errors by American River. Had about 5 of those in this set.
Yeah. 17-5. The onslaught continues here in set one. Smith sends it over. Back set. That's a great job moving the block over off of the top of the take and dug out. Good swing. El Camino handles it. That one put down. That's Michaela Clark.
She had one out of the back row earlier.
Don't see a lot of back row attacks here in the women's game. See more slides. But when you can have a player with the type of athleticism to get it out of the back row, that can be a really good weapon for you. Clark bumps it up.
Great dig there by Donatucci.
Leilua out of the back row. Speaking of which, that one off the top of the hands. It's going to be a kill for Simmering. Simmering redeems herself after putting one into the net. 18-6.
As you said earlier, Mike, three ladies with over 200 kills for American River.
Madeline Adams serving. Quick set in the middle. That one blocked back over. Clark from the near side. Smith set her dump one more time, catching everybody off guard. Back row attack. Fina Leilua out of the back row, and just too much for Adams to curtail it.
We're able to see that the top 3 All-Americans, or 3 first-team All-Americans, I should say, are at the state championship tournament. And Leilua is one of them. And we saw Sakona. And, I talked to Armin Zakarian at the end of the match, and he made a good point about West Valley, which was that their team got there this year more so because they didn't rely only on Sakona. So she did a lot of different things for that team. It wasn't the only player. And they lost Gomes. Jenna Gomes got hurt in that match. We didn't know, but we didn't see her those last couple of sets. She had gotten injured earlier in the match, and that affected them, obviously. Gomes had 15 kills in that big win over Cabrillo.
Illegal touch, trying to set it back there. That was off of Isara. So ARC starting to claw their way back into it. The Beavers trailing it 19-8. This is set one, quarterfinal number 2 on the day. 1 of 4. Clark will bump it over. Long free ball coming. Set up, quick set, near side. Isara sets up Fina Leilu out of the back row. Roll shot, not down. Smith up with a big swing, but not down. Back set off the top of the tape. Pancake not there, and it's going to be a point for Jocelyn Lacroix. So Camino gets to 20. Good back and forth there, but how about the dig there off of Savannah Smith's kill, or what looked like it was going to be a surefire kill?
Kelly Donatucci, outstanding defensive play.
It's been Donatucci and Madeline Adams. Donatucci getting the better of it, but Adams has shown very well for ARC. Big swing on the far side. Clark digs it out after the deflection. Big swing for El Camino. That was Loyola.
Another long.
That one out.
Long swing there by Savannah Smith. (21-8), Mike. First set.
It's an avalanche of Warrior volleyball winning out here in set one. Smith mistimed it, miscommunication. Free ball situation here. Back set off of the hands. Clark puts it away.
Wrong time, state championship tournament to have this kind of confusion offensively.
Now everybody just out of sorts on the ARC side. Let's see if it rounds into shape here for the Beavers. Not looking good in set one, down 22-8. We talked about El Camino going to be a very tough 3 seed. The slide put into play. That's a good one from Wellpot. Busy day here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. 8 games in total, 4 soccer games, matches.
Right.
And then we have the women's volleyball quarterfinals up here in Solana. Donatucci with a bump set, a beauty to Clark.
Good
Clark
block.
has it blocked back over. Donatucci, miscommunication with Clark, trying to get that back on the other side. And finally, ARC in the double digits. So Lily Johnson back to the service line for the Beavers. Let's see if they can scratch a few more across here before the end of set one. Clark, good pass. Front set, she'll get it back off of the high hands. Johnson sets up outside. That one blocked back over from Keene. Keene will look for the back line. Leilua right there. Dink shot is there, and that was Ewell.
Yeah, talk about weapons. I mean, El Camino has more than Leilua. You got Clark, you got Ewell.
Clark, Ewell, we've seen a couple of balls hit out of the back row by Fina Leilua. And that has really helped in terms of diversifying the attack here for El Camino, especially when Leilua's in the back row. Wellpot with another kill. Lone bright spot here for American River. Wellpot after the kill, back to the service line. How often do we see that? Quick set in the middle. Ewell
delivered on that. And now it's set point, and this could be almost a 14-point margin of win for a first set.
Like right now, set up Savannah Smith. You want to get her going. You have to feed her. Great pass in system. They go middle. That one dug up by Donatucci. What a bump. Short free ball. Smith, no, they'll go middle, and Wellpot.
What was that?
Check that. That was Danica Menard mistiming her jump. Now let's see if ARC can right the ship as we head into set two. Decisively in set one, it's El Camino with a 1-0 lead, 25-11. The Warriors hammer away at the Beavers in set 1, 25-11, and it just wasn't even close, Robert.
And the stats really bear out, too. El Camino hit 375. They only had 2 attack errors. They had 14 kills. American River, 6 kills, 10 attack errors. They hit negative 105. A tough set, not only for Savannah Smith, who had 4 attack errors and no kills in 9 attempts. Andrea Keene, no kills, 3 attack errors in 7 attempts.
I mean, those are 2 players with over 200 kills on the season. You expect that. You expect some regression to the mean, but this is a team that played really well in addition to them playing bad for ARC in El Camino. So,
and another factor, Boda Jocelyn had 3 assists. Setter, she had a lot of missed time sets. And on the El Camino side, we talked about the defense of Kelly Donatucci. 9 digs in that first set.
Clark gets it over. That's a big swing there, and that's a nice sight if you're American River. Andrea Keene, and King hammers one off of the chest of El Camino.
First kill of the match for King.
And they strike first blood here in set number 2. El Camino in the white. In the navy blue is American River. Good pass, Savannah Smith, and that'll be her kill, her first kill. So Smith on the board, Keene on the board, and might have a whole new ball game here in set number 2, and let's see if El Camino can respond. Lily Johnson back to serve off the top of the tape. Leilua does not handle it well, can't adjust. 3-0 run to start set 2 for the Beavers.
Much needed spurt here by American River. You lose by 14 in that opening set.
Sometimes when you have a set like that, you just have to flush it and move on.
Let it go. Exactly.
Clark gets roofed by Smith and Wellpot.
And that's a big part of the American River game at that net. Their blocking has been strong all season long.
See it on replay there, and that was just a fantastic job. Wellpot with a joust ball. She gets the better of it. And it's an early onslaught in set 2 for American River as Sophia Loyola gets denied.
Mike, like I said, when you have 8 5-set matches, I think losing 1 set doesn't seem to bother them.
Yeah. Loyola with a big swing, but it's out, no touch. Mike Cepeda, Robert Lewis with you on today's coverage. And it's 6-0 in set number 2. And if I would have told you that set 1 went 25-11 in favor of El Camino, you'd probably tell me I was nuts if you didn't watch the first set. That one blocked over off of the hands.
Another kill for American River.
7-0. Another kill for Andrea Keene. Timeout El Camino.
Lily Johnson's been serving this whole side out, and American River's just on a roll.
El Camino needs to side out quickly. 7-0. They trail here in set 2. Broadcasting worldwide on Twitter at SoCalCollegeSports.com's coverage. 3C2A women's volleyball here from Solano College in beautiful Fairfield, California. We're in set 2, and set 2 decidedly different from set 1 as American River firing on all cylinders. Couldn't turn the key in set 1, and they found their mark here. Fina out of the back row. That one handled pretty well. Savannah, the lefty, puts it away.
Big point, especially coming from the timeout.
Yeah, that's exactly right. El Camino calls a timeout to stop the bleeding. Savannah Smith says, "No, I think we'll keep it going." Johnson, another serve here outside. This is Clark rising up off of the block, not down. Loyola tries to keep it alive. Leilua out of the back row, and she rolls shots right into the net. 9-0 here in set 2.
You ever see anything like this? It was 25-11, and it's gone the exact opposite in set 2.
I don't know if I have. When you play that poorly in set 1, and Johnson, what a run on her serve. She puts it into the net. So the first point for El Camino came in much the same fashion. A lot of their points came in set number 1, which was an error on the American River side. Jessica Jimenez now going to serve it up here for the Warriors.
12 errors in all in that first set by American River.
That one blocked up front by Yule. Keene, roll shot over.
Points.
Yule, big swing. Keene able to keep it alive. Will this point stay alive? It will. What an incredible effort by Keene. Leilua, big swing, and it's going to be a point for El Camino. Fina feeling it. I really like the play there from American River on that point specifically, really just digging deep for a point. They don't win the point, but the energy level is decidedly different. They're starting to click, and Smith, that one out, another hitting error for Savannah. Bit of a jinx there.
Carson Loudon must have said something to this team in that short break coming into this set. I think a lot of pride on the line here for a team that made it to the state championship tournament in the Beavers, and they want to continue this season. It's a single elimination, so it's win or go home.
Jimenez sets up Leilua with a bump set. Well, when you have an athlete like Fina, it's really easy to play out of system for her to adjust on the fly and really get good swings on it. Does a great job of step closing, even out of the back row. Back bump set, Leilua. Big swing, but dug out. Adams. Keene, that's out.
Adams, let's not take anything away from Adams. Adams is a Big 8 conference selection, and really one of the better liberos. This is actually a match with two strong liberos. Just
going to say that, I thought set 1 really featured the two liberos. Obviously, Donatucci getting the better of it. Speaking of which, Donatucci with a set outside. Leilua has that one blocked back over. It's going to be a 4-shot there. And Smith says, battle of all Americans right there. And Savannah Smith gets the better of it. Well, if you want to chime in on the chat, we are broadcasting live here from Solano. Feel free. SoCal College Sports 1, our channel on YouTube. Couple of games broadcasting right now. One in soccer, one in volleyball here. Ewell has that one blocked but not down. Bump set for Keene. Roll shot. Leilua gets it up off of the hardwood, and that's going to be a lift on Loyola.
And the confusion that happened for American River in the first set, it's now moved over to the other side of the net. Now it's El Camino.
Well,
maybe it's just sided. Maybe it's this side.
Yeah, it could be this side of the court. You're exactly right. Well popped back to the service line. Tough serve. Handled well by Jimenez. Outside, Leilua rises up and gets it off of the block and out. So Fina scores yet again.
Tough to defend, but you have a Savannah Smith who's 6'2", and she gets up there too. It's a definite battle at that net when Leilua goes up on that.
Kelly Donatucci with a serve. It's a good one. Savannah Smith with a dunk shot, and she'll bump it back. Back set, the lefty gets that one blocked back over, but not down. Adams bump set near side. Keene off the top of the tape. Jimenez digs that one up. Leilua rises up. Adams can't curtail it.
And she did a little fake there as she was going up, and for a second there we thought she was going to go after Smith, and she went to the other cross court.
Turned it. That's one heck of an effort there at the net versus an All-American.
And it's really fun to watch Leilua, and Smith's an all-northern region selection, but she could have just as easily been all-state.
An ace for Donatucci cuts the deficit to 3. Timeout American River, and both teams starting to click on all cylinders. Beavers will talk it over. 11-8. El Camino starting to right the ship here in set number 2 after it was a commanding 25-11 win in set 1. Mike Cepeda, Robert Lewis, and Mike Terrell with you on today's broadcast. And Mike Terrell, coach at Pasadena. What's up, Pasadena? Just taking over the broadcast here.
That's right. Representing the South up here in Solano.
Mike, you know El Camino College. Tell the fans a little bit about the Warriors.
Sure. I mean, they're good every year. They have really good ball control. Their libero's very solid defensively and serve receive. She digs a ton of balls.
Donatucci to Donatucci. Pretty good pass, and Loyola unable to get that past the other side. And 13-8 here for American River. I mean, you get shelled like that in set number 1. What are you telling your team going into set 2?
I think, when you're shell-shocked like that, I think it's just about coming out and doing what you've done all year. I mean, you're here for a reason. So you just got to reset and try to bounce back.
Great set. That's Bryden. Puts that one over. Well, Savannah Smith, we talked about her, bounced back from Washington State, first-team All-American. She struggled here. What does she need to do to get going?
I think she's got to hit the ball in more. I think her setter's got to get her some more swings.
If it were only so easy.
Yeah, exactly. So easier said than done. But if they can shore up their ball control, I think they can get her going a little more, get her some swings in rhythm.
Now, Coach, you have Boda Joslin and Savannah Smith. And Savannah Smith, are they playing a 6-2?
That's right. So Savannah's setting when she's in the back row, and she's swinging when she's in the front row.
See her try to utilize a couple setter dumps. Fina, big swing, but not down. Keene will have a crack at it. That one off of the hardwood by Jimenez. Roll shot over. Chance here for American River. Keene, blocked back over quickly. Adams saves it. Bumped over. Free ball here. Donatucci. That one placed almost perfectly. Keene looking for the back line. She's going to find it.
Wow.
What a save by Savannah Smith.
Wow.
All-American for a reason. You see with reason, good reason why.
Well, she wasn't actually an All-American. She was an All-Region, but it's kind of, sometimes it's a popularity contest because American River didn't win their conference this year. So sometimes that affects All-State and All-Region. But anytime you get in the All-Region, All-State, you're an All-American team, which is only 24 players in the state. You're talking about an elite group.
Isara back set. Fina! A great job moving the block, and that's what you want to do. You want to get Fina one-on-one, and even if they're shading her side, so tough to get over because she jumps so high. Best athlete that I've seen here this weekend.
Absolutely. She's my candidate for MVP of the state this year. I think she's just another level attacker, elite attacker.
317 kills coming in. She's added to that total, obviously, here. Big swing, blocked back over. That's Clark. Clark and Bryden.
Mike, we saw Irvine Valley sweep over West Valley. You got to face them in the playoffs, and you played very well against them there, and especially in those first 2 sets. Talk a little bit about Irvine Valley. How they're kind of deceptively great, aren't they? I mean, you look at them, and they don't look tall. They don't look like anything flashy, but they get the job done, it seems like.
Well, they're very good volleyball IQ team, in each level. And Tom will say it, too. They're not necessarily fantastic in any area, but they're just so solid all the way around. And then with us, they kind of just seem to turn the dial up throughout the match. And by the 3rd set, I mean, they just hammered you. So, and you saw that when they came back in the 3rd set this morning.
That's exactly what happened in the 3rd set. Cruz had 8 kills in the 3rd set for us.
Just consistent pressure, and volleyball's a weird sport. There's no clock, and so it's just you got to play well, and you get a rotation that you like, and then all of a sudden you're there.
It's a game of momentum, that's for sure. 15-13, ARC still with a 2-point lead. El Camino closing here. Bryden back set, and that one put down.
Great swing in the cross court.
That big lead all gone now, and again, the better team here seems to be El Camino. They played super well that first set with a 14-point win in that first set. And falling behind early here, it didn't really matter for him.
Clark, Ewell in the front row, along with LaCroix. There's a very good rotation in set 1. Wellpot has that one blocked back over. Free ball opportunity. Back set. They're going to go to the Bic, and Leilua gets a good swing on it. Opportunity here. It's a back set. This is LaCroix. She'll put it into the net. And Coach, I was thinking, go to Fina out of the back row one more time.
volleyball is not that complicated. I think if you set your best player 1 out of 2 times, you get a good shot. So that's what I would do. But, playing El Camino this year, for me, they were the best team on our schedule at creating swings. Even in those transition moments, no matter where the dig goes, they have a great job of all 6 of their players on the floor can put up a hittable ball, and they just create these swings in transition, give themselves opportunities.
It's a great point that you make there, Coach, and I was talking a little bit about it with Robert. Their bump sets out of system are incredible.
They're very accurate setting team, and defensively, they don't overreact. They keep it simple. They know their system, and they're in position to react and make these plays, and then they put up great sets with their hands or their forearms.
And you got Kelly and Caitlin Donatucci, one libero, one a bit of a service and pass specialist. Very impressive bloodline, and there's Savannah.
Yeah, we see over there American River. They're in system. They're able to set their big guns, Savannah Smith, and they set her a 2-ball in the middle. They had 1-on-1, so maybe that's an area that they can attack a little more.
Fina, that's a pretty good pass. Clark on the far side. Did she hit the high heads?
Yeah.
I thought there was a tip, and indeed there was.
That's what we're talking about. The out of system. That's an in-system swing.
We'll see the tip here on the replay, and yep, indeed, you can see it.
It's a great high hand swing, tooling off the block.
17 All-American River and El Camino quarterfinal number 2. The 2018 3C2A Women's Volleyball Championship. Bump set, you talk about a nice one right there for Keene. She puts it over, Jimenez gets it up. Loyola with a swing off of the high hands. El Camino again.
What's that saying, Mike? You can't teach height?
You cannot teach height. We know that. And volleyball IQ 10. She's a great player. She's one of the highest IQ players, and she's a great beach player for them as well. So another high hands tool there.
Quick set in the middle, well pot. Coach, beach translates so well to the indoor game. It really kind of ups your dexterity in terms of transition play and playing out of system. Because, well, let's face it, when you're in beach, you're always out of system.
Absolutely, that's a great point. And for me, it's just nice ace serve right there. The opportunity to read the game and solve problems with just you and another partner. You become more aggressive, you problem solve better, and you're getting more contacts, and you're reading the game a lot more.
And when you can get 6, 7 players playing at that high level with that type of 2-man synergy, it's really what I've seen out of El Camino here.
Absolutely, they're just strong. Okay, here we go. Chance for American River.
The free ball here. Savannah sets up. No, they're going to go in the middle. Well pot and puts it down. Donatucci can't handle it.
So American River's done a nice job the past few rallies. They're finding opportunities to score in the middle. They're getting 1-on-1 blocks in the middle.
ARC, the first of 20 here in set 2. Battle here in set 2 of quarterfinal number 2. Back in a moment. (20-18). ARC 5 points away.
Nice serve. Tight set.
Leilua can't really get much on it. Smith. That was almost, I don't want to call that a slide, but she was coming over. She goes off of 1 foot, and that's a very athletic play from Savannah.
Pretty nice adjustment on a bad set. She creates a good situation on a bad situation. So nice job by Sav.
Well pot. Donatucci, that's a great pass, great set. Loyola looking for the hardwood. She's going to find it.
There we go, a beach shot. There's the beach game coming back in.
Smart play.
Absolutely.
Another smart play. Coach Terrell, talk about a little bit about Carson Loudon, American River coach.
Yeah, absolutely. So Carson's an up-and-coming young coach, and she's doing a great job with American River. And she and I go back a little bit. I was an assistant coach at UC Davis. Ooh, ace serve by El Camino. That's clutch right there. Quick game to 25 here, but yeah, Carson was a player at UC Davis, and so I got to know her when she was an alum. She would come back and play against our kids at Davis. Great coach and great person.
So Donna Tucci with an ace. Cuts it to a 1-point deficit. Battle of liberos as Adams can't handle that one very well. That's a great swing out of the back row by Lily Johnson.
Okay. Surprising kill there for the El Camino libero.
Just a great swing on it.
Yeah, it's an excellent swing.
Hey, you put a good swing on something, good things are going to happen.
Absolutely.
Good downward angle there. She's able to score the point. Savannah Smith now serving. That's a tough serve. Jimenez handles it pretty well. Bump set to the far side. Fina looking for the corner. Adams can't contain it.
Well, we always talk about you got to set your best player to win, and when it's tight like this, you got 3-4 points to the end of the set. I look for Fina to get a lot of swings here in this next rotation.
Isara going to serve it up for El Camino.
She led El Camino in aces this year, Isara.
Puts a good one there. It's a free ball situation for El Camino outside. No, they go to the quick set, and it's going to be long. And, Coach, I don't understand it. If you're setting in that situation, why aren't you setting it outside to Fina Leilua?
I wish I had the answer for you. I'm thinking the same thing. That's an opportunity to get your best player the ball in a tight situation. We'll see what they do here in this rotation. Let's expect the set to go back to Fina.
And it's an ace.
Wow.
This one from Keene. And Donna Tucci, as well as she's played, a little bit of a misstep there. And it's set point for ARC.
So if I'm American River here and it's a good or medium pass, I'm expecting the ball to go back to Fina here, number 6 on the right side.
It's a back set, and it's a dunk. Adams right there to cover. Smith sets up to the back. Jimenez gets it over. Joust ball at the net. Put over by El Camino. Smith sets up near side. Johnson roofed over by Leilua.
Well, there we go. There's a nice little rally. Some good opportunities. So I think the pressure's now on American River to side out here. Let's see what their first ball offense looks like.
Pretty easy serve. Adams handles it pretty well. Well, puck gets roofed. Oh, check that. It's roofed, but it's out. That was very close down in the middle.
How about the resiliency of that set? American River takes 25-22. They lost by 14 the first set, and they come right back.
25-11 in set 1, 25-22, but this time in favor of ARC. Robert, you're exactly right. We head to set 3. 1-1 here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Got a whole new ball game heading into set 3. It's a set apiece for American River and El Camino. Mike Cepeda, Mike Terrell, Robert Lewis with you on today's coverage. Happy you've joined us, everyone. Spread the word. www.SoCalCollegeSports.com. Also on our YouTube channel, SoCal College Sports 1. Got an Apple TV. You have something with the YouTube app. Search SoCal College Sports 1. Catch this broadcast live and on the archive version. El Camino will start things off here. Free ball. Donatucci back set. Loyola blocked back over. That's a great bump to the back row. Leilua, good swing. Adams digs it out, far side. Johnson, big swing. Blocked down on the El Camino side, so ARC strikes first blood here.
Big difference for American River from first set to second set. They had 10 attack errors. They hit negative. This set, the second set, they had 13 kills. It looks like, if you did the breakdown, it looks like they hit about 300 in that second set, and they spread the wealth on kills. Wellpot had 5 kills. Andrea Keene 4 kills. Savannah Smith has 4 kills. Lily Johnson with 3 kills. So spreading the wealth there.
Yeah, and those are your usual suspects. If you're American River, they were able to get them going and make the adjustments.
Adams has 10 digs, and then on El Camino's side, Leilua hasn't missed a beat. She has 12 kills through 2 sets.
1-all here, early set 3. Ewell puts it in. Great place dink by Ewell.
So coming into this third set, if I'm Carson Loudon, I'm going to be really happy that my team responded after that first set drubbing. And if I'm Liz Hazel over with El Camino, I'd like to keep serving tough and keep American River off the net with that first contact so they can't attack through the middle of the court. We saw some success for American River through the middle third of the court. So we'll see how El Camino adjusts.
Back to the well for Fina Leilua, and she puts it down the second time. 3-1 El Camino here in set 3.
I meant to mention American River's played 8 5-set matches this year. El Camino's only played 3. However, they had that first round match against Fullerton that they went 5. So they know what it's like to go deep into a match.
Oh, yeah.
Loyola late to get there on the dink.
Not that I'm saying that it's going to go 5, but when you have a 25-11 that goes 25-22 the next set, Mike knows all about the 5-set matches at Pasadena City College this year.
Unfortunately, I do.
Leilua, roll shot not there. That's great coverage from ARC. Keene with the roll shot herself. Opportunity for Leilua. Good swing. Not down, though. Johnson can't contain it. Loyola with the hammer.
She's a spark plug for them, and that's what we talked about, that first contact. Unfortunately, we'd like that first contact to be high to the middle of the court, about 10 feet off the net. But unfortunately, they did get over, and Loyola crushed that ball.
She's one of 5 Warriors that have 100 kills or more this year.
Yeah.
Donatucci serving it up. Loyola bumps it near side. Leilua didn't have much of an approach there, had to adjust on the fly. Loyola going to get a swing on it. Roll shot, Johnson out of the back row. They set up Smith. Yeah. That's going to be a 2-tap.
I think there we see again the setter's expecting the dig to be a little further off the net. But we know in volleyball, if we get a little tight to the net, it's hard to be successful.
Five to 2, El Camino with an early lead here in set 3. Keene with a good pass, gets it off the bump set. No approach there, has to dink it over. Leilua does the same thing, and she puts it on her side. Couple of hitting errors here for Fina.
A little bit of a tip war going on here early in the first 8 points of this set.
That's actually a big part of Big 8 volleyball. There's some of their big time matches. Tip battles. Sierra, American River, San Joaquin Delta. They know all about it.
I need to start letting loose on the outside. That's not going to get it done. That went off of a touch. Keene gets a kill, 5-4.
That's something we try to talk to our players about, is when conditions are good, we have to go for it, right? When you're aggressive, when you take a big swing like that, that's when you're hardest to defend.
Yeah, taking big swings really put the pressure on the defense. And not only that, tool a block, get a deflection. You really have to put the onus on the defense and make a play instead of allowing them. And you see it just right there. Fina rears back, and she gets one off of the high hands, 4 points.
Absolutely.
Well, she's on her way. If it goes to 5 sets, she could very well get in the 25 or 30 range for kills.
Well, it was Olivia last year with the
Olivia Aguilar.
Yeah, Aguilar with the MVP and she set a record.
It was a record for most kills in a championship match, but believe it or not, the record for most kills in a state tournament match was 33, set by Liz Hazel's sister, Bev Hazel, in 2005.
7-4 now for El Camino. Sara back serving, as you said, Robert, leader in aces on the season for the Warriors. Set up outside, Keene has to angle it. Leilua right there. Back set, swing on it off the top of the tape. Adams covers, set her dump, and that's a 2-tap from Smith. Ill-advised, I'm surprised. She had some time there.
Yeah, it didn't look like she was patient enough on that play. It looked like she was kind of rushing to get her hands to that ball and set it over instead of maybe looking to set one of her hitters and let the hitter do the work.
Out to a 4-point lead now for El Camino. Adams bump set into the back row. Lily Johnson, good swing. Jimenez handles it. Usara sets up Leilua. Adams right there.
Nice dig.
Keene, roll shot. Asara bumps it up off of the net. Gets it over. Keene, free ball here. Smith, back set.
Oh,
that's
great
a
swing.
point. That's a great swing from Allison Linder.
Keene learned from the last set. Leilua pulled that same motion, went up, went cross court to go after the libero, and the first set she was surprised and it was a kill, and this time she made the dig.
Absolutely, she's adjusted well, and nice serve here out of system.
Off of the tape, good swing for El Camino. That was LaCroix.
Wow.
So Jocelyn.
Just to show you how deep El Camino is, LaCroix wasn't one of those 5 hitters with 100 kills. She was the sixth leader on the team in kills.
Miscommunication. Keene late getting there. Johnson able to get it over. Back row attack. The Vic, and Adams is right there. Smith, back set. Donatucci right there. Asara off of the block and down. That's going to be a point for El Camino, and that was LaCroix again.
We might see a timeout here in the next point or two if it doesn't go American River's way.
Yeah, if they don't side out here, I suspect there is going to absolutely be a timeout. Smith sets up outside. Johnson with a big swing, but not down. Donatucci digs it out. Wow. Back row attack, Leilua. Dug out. No, Smith can't get it over. 4-tap, and indeed we will see a timeout called by American River. Beavers trailing it by 6, set 3, 1-all. Back in a moment. SoCal College Sports.
There's Nabil.
Nabil Mardini in the building. 11-5, El Camino. Starting to take control here in set 3. Johnson rises up. That's a great response out of timeout for ARC.
Yeah, and that's what we're looking for. I mean, we talked about the first contact, controlling the first contact and creating an advantage when you have the ball on your side. American River has a nice pass, a great set, and a great aggressive swing.
Leilua, we talked about her ups and her ability to sky. How about Lily Johnson? Pretty good athlete right there, and that one's going to be out. Looked like that was past the mark. Wow, Clark. Benefit of a questionable call there for El Camino, but hey, you'll take it.
If only we had the replay system in the community college level. That ball looked out to me.
I like where your head's at there, Mike. Mike Zepeda, Mike Terrell, Robert Lewis with you.
I want a devil's advocate that, though. If we had instant replay, we'd have the longest matches ever. There are a lot of plays that are here or there.
Yeah.
Well, that's why you got to limit us coaches because, we would probably challenge every play we could.
You get 2 challenges. That's it.
Exactly.
Donatucci bump set. Clark right in the spot where she needs to be.
Good set.
Johnson, good swing. She'll get it right back to her. Back set Smith. Yeah, exactly that. She goes right there. Leilua gets it up off of the hardwood. Free ball coming. Adams. Well, pot. Is that out? Indeed. Looked a little long.
I didn't see it, but it's only out if they call it out. So you can't control what the referees call. You got to move on. You got to side out.
Caitlin Donatucci will serve it up for El Camino, leading it by 6. The slide for Wellpot. Clark right there. That's great coverage one-on-one. Loyola into the tape.
Wellpot's had a nice match, the middle for American River. She's a spark plug for them, too. Started with a couple of blocks there in the second set, and looks like she's turning it on offensively a little bit.
Yeah, she was one of the lone bright spots in set 1 for American River was Wellpot. Ewell double tap there from Donatucci.
And Mike's Wellpot was one of the state leaders in blocks. She had 85 blocks in the season.
And for an undersized middle as well, that's very impressive.
Johnson gets it over. Leilua out of the back row. Good swing, but it's out. And right now, Camino a little bit out of sorts after going up by 6. They're going to take a timeout here, talk things over. They know that the momentum's starting to be seized by American River. Take a timeout ourselves.
Luke could help us.
13-10 out of the timeout. El Camino still with a 3-point lead. That one blocked back over Ewell. Wellpot denied. Lead back to 4 for El Camino.
You like that out of a player. Wellpot immediately said, my fault, my fault.
Yeah, absolutely. You can tell just by watching she's a selfless player, and she's going to bounce back. She's going to approach hard the next time.
Off the top of the take, Adams, that's great. That's a great pass. Pretty good swing there from Keene to get that one over. Leilua out. And Leilua's been a little off here the last couple of points here.
That was all Adams.
Yep. Battle liberos here on Adams showing very well. Adams and Donatucci show. (14-11) ARC trailing it by 3. Caitlin Donatucci sets up Leilua. Back set, no, it's Keene. Keene off of the tip.
And I think American River setters are really settling in here too, and seems like they're calming down a little bit and being able to deliver hittable balls.
Yep. 14-12. Wellpot serving it up.
It's a great serve.
Little jump float there with a little pace on it. Leilua out again. I want to say that's her third hitting error in a row for Fina.
Yeah, I think, you guys mentioned American River's libero. She's kind of dug up that sharp angle swing into the left back, and so it looks like Leilua's having to hit some other shots and isn't so comfortable.
I think she's thinking about it a little bit too much. Her approaches weren't as in sync as they were in set one. Let's see if they try to get her going here. No, it's Ewell. Ewell gets it down. And you see Smith and Leilua one-on-one. And right now, it's Smith, Savannah getting the better of it because Leilua's been a little off the mark.
Well, some of the coaches have talked about how they've were balanced and they've spread the wealth and they've different hitters. Well, Leilua against Fullerton had 77 swings and she had 30 kills. So you think they had any intention other than to send it to the All-American?
Well, that's okay to do. I mean, that's the thing too. You want to do what you know is going to get you a win and be successful. And if it keeps working, why stop?
Bodo Jocelyn unable to get that set up where she needed to, so the point goes to El Camino. Back to a 3-point lead. Great pass from Keene. Bump set coming for Keene on the far side. Good swing. Dug up by Donatucci. Kelly tries to save it. Caitlin, rather, and it's going to be an illegal touch, I think. D, the lift.
Yeah.
They don't call it a lift. It's just an illegal touch now.
Right. It's an extended contact, right? Lift is no longer in our nomenclature.
You know what it is? It's a lift. You know what they're doing with their hand signals? They're lifting.
Exactly.
So if they can do that, I'll call it a lift. Everybody will know what I'm talking about.
That's a great point.
Smith on serve. Pretty good bump set there for Jimenez out of the back row. Johnson to Smith. They go into the middle. Setter dump. Adams. That's great coverage. Great reaction time from Adams. Great set from Smith. Keene able to get it over. Good approach there for Leilua. Smith gets it up. Johnson swings it into the twine. Oh, what a rally. Both teams working their heart out.
And that, even though you lose that point, I think you could still be inspired. That can spark your teammates and say, yeah, we can do this. Look at that. We just touched that ball. The relentless pursuit to dig those balls can really get you going.
Well, Pasadena City in full force here on the broadcast. Mike Terrell, Robert Lewis. Keene able to get that one down. That's a tough ball to swing to. She's falling. That's almost like a fadeaway in basketball. She's falling away, gets a swing on it, places it perfectly. Fina unable to recover.
Keene and Smith were both double digits in kills in both of the regional playoff wins for American River.
Good pass, near side. LaCroix. It's a tip.
Nice set.
Johnson, good swing. Lily Johnson cuts it to a 1-point deficit for American River.
Adams with the set there.
Well, I'm seeing a big difference here. I think the quality of sets. El Camino's been tight to the net, forced to tip. American River's picking that up earlier, and then they're keeping their hitters about 3 to 5 feet off the net and getting great swings.
Good pass from Jimenez. Bryden gets it over. That's a tough side swing there. LaCroix gets it over. Adams, bump set, near side. On the net, off of the block. That's a point for Allison Linder. 17-0. Got a battle here, boys.
I think this is the five-setter we might have been talking about pregame.
I think you're exactly right. That's absolutely right. And Sara unable to get to it. It's kept alive. Smith sets up Johnson. Far side. The swing is blocked back over. Smith, bump set, back set. He's looking for Linder, not there. Bump set for Fina. Fina can't put it down. The rally continues. Johnson. I don't know if that was supposed to be Johnson. LaCroix gets a swing on it. We're still going.
Nice set.
Back set. Linder.
Well, American River is just doing a great job. They're just outlasting El Camino in these long transition rallies.
18-17 ARC with their first lead in a while. El Camino going to talk it over.
So 25-11 was El Camino's win in that first set. And now it's 18-17. American River in the third set after winning set 2.
Fina rolls it over. Adams outside. This is Johnson blocked back over, and that's been a pretty good wall in place there for El Camino. Bryden able to block that one over again. They're looking for the back line. Jimenez trying to keep it alive, and it's a point for ARC. Their largest here in set 3.
That's 2 points for Lindor in the last few plays.
Dre Keene looking to keep it going here for the Beavers. Jimenez, good pass. Set up Fina. Smith saves it. Adams, it's a free ball coming. Go to LaCroix. LaCroix not able to get much on it. Smith sets up outside. This is Johnson. Johnson with the swing.
ARC's just on a roll right now.
(2017) and Fina trying to stop the bleeding. Kept alive. Adams gets it over. It's a good free ball because it's well placed off of the net. Fina able to get it over for El Camino. What a rally here. Both teams. Jimenez sets up. They set up a quick set for Fina. And Leilua able to place it perfectly, and Adams a little late getting there. That's a tough ball to deal with anyway.
That's a timely kill. I mean, American River is just playing so hard right now. They're winning this battle in transition.
They're locked in. They lead it by 2. They're the first team to 20 in set 3. Johnson down the line. Lilly.
They're just playing with a lot of heart and emotion, and they're kind of riding that wave. And, you know, from not playing well in the first set, and then they just flipped it emotionally, and all of a sudden their game's catching up. It's really nice to see them play so hard, and I think their libero digging some balls, although she misses the serve there, has really led them in that charge.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Madeline Adams has really been the player of the match, I think, for both teams. And you've seen Fina kind of tailed off a little bit. Adams has been consistent throughout, and she really has her team in the position to take a 2-1 lead going into set 4.
I think what's surprising is this is an El Camino program that's made it to the state tournament 19 times. American River, it's their first
perfectly placed from Johnson.
Their first trip to the state since 2013, but they haven't made as many as El Camino has. And the fact that Coach Hazel has a big part of state tournaments, both as a player, as an assistant coach, and as now a head coach.
She got a bloodline for it. Talked about Beth Hazel setting the record. The previously, not owned by Olivia Aguilar record in kills for a state tournament. 23-19, now ARC 2 points away from a 2-1 lead.
Could El Camino have gotten a little overconfident after that first set?
Boda Johnson sends that one past the end line.
You know, it's hard to say. I think they're just a good team, so they're kind of used to beating teams. So my guess is they're probably just trying to stay pretty consistent. I think it's more of just matching the energy of American River right now. And, you know, even if El Camino ends up losing this set, I feel pretty confident about them coming back and playing really well in the fourth.
Hitting air for Wellpot, and that one sails past the back line. Not over yet here in set number 3 at 23-21. And if you can force a win by 2 situation, get it all tied up, whole new ball game, and it's anyone's set. Right now, ARC still in the driver's seat. Smith, joust ball at the net. Keene's going to have to get this one over. That's 4, isn't it?
Oh, my gosh.
Coach.
Well, I didn't see 4 contacts, but I saw potentially, it wasn't called, but a double contact
Coach Hazel
on the set
was
there.
upset with that call for sure.
So Lily Johnson will serve at set point here. Ewell gets it over. Contained by Keene. That's a tough set. Bump set not there. And Smith puts it into the net.
And there's an example where you have the chance to make a simple play and set the hitter that's closest to you, but the setter made the opposite decision and set a little more complex ball there.
Jocelyn had a real rough time setting in that first set.
24-22. Stay of execution for the Warriors. Smith takes care of that.
That was a good
Set 3 in the books. It goes to ARC. They lose set 1, 25-11. They're up 2-1, heading into set 4. It's the 2018 Women's Volleyball Championships, live on SoCal College Sports. And we head to set 4. 2-1. ARC on top of El Camino. Well, if you were going to tell me after the first set that we'd go to a 4 set and ARC'd be up 1, I would have told you were crazy. They dropped the first set 25-11. They have righted the ship in a big way. Clark off the top of the block and down, and striking first blood in set 4. El Camino Warriors.
Some stat leaders, Mike, for right now, Savannah Smith, she's up to, she has 5 kills. She also has 17 assists, 8 digs, and 4 blocks. All-around play. Lily Johnson, 10 kills and 9 digs. And Andrea Keene, 8 kills and 11 digs. And meanwhile, with El Camino, Leilua's up to 16 kills, but she has slowed it down. 50 attacks through 3 sets. That's a lot of attacks. 8 attack errors, hitting only 160. And Kelly Donatucci, 18 digs. And really, after Leilua, Clark and Ewell only have 6 kills each.
Yeah, well, they only have 6 kills each, but
out of 26 attempts total.
Fina just has to play better. She's not swinging away right now. Too much dinking and dunking, and not much on it. When she does get to put a good swing on it, at the same time, the sets have to be there as well. I think the sets have at times been indecisive in terms of where do I go to my best player. Ewell puts it down, but not out. Back row attack. Clark blocked back over. Ewell gets it up. Bump set. Here's Fina. Fina, see, that's a set a little bit too tight there, Coach.
Absolutely. Forced into tipping.
Smith, too much.
Get bailed out by American River, making an unforced error. And, that's what we saw in the first set. I mean, American River's overall hitting percentage isn't great, but they're still climbing back up from the hole they dug that first set. But right there's an uncontested, unblocked swing out of bounds. They got to make them play 3 more contacts. We'll see if El Camino can get other hitters involved and maybe spread the wealth a little bit, make it tougher to defend them.
Fina. That's the swing that we're talking about, but it's not away. Johnson able to get it out of the back row. Bryden puts it perfectly off of a touch.
After one set, Lily Johnson had 1 kill. After 2 sets, she only had 3. She had 7 kills in that third set.
Wow.
So 4-1 El Camino, leading it by 3 here in set 4. Savannah.
Great. We call that FBSO, a first ball side out. Obviously, we don't do side out scoring anymore. We are in rally era, but that's great. A perfect pass, a perfect set, and an aggressive swing to the deep corner. You're not digging that ball.
4-2. Lead cut in half. Fina dug out again by Adams, and she has been terrific. Can go off of the antenna. The point's going to go to ARC. But Madeline Adams has really been the story here. She is. What are her stat numbers in terms of digs up there, Robert?
Well, she was at 19 digs through 3 sets.
It feels bigger than that, to be honest. I think that number's a little low.
There's another perfect pass.
I bet you Fina Leilua feels like it's 100 digs right now. Isara, back row attack. There's Clark. That's a good bump set on the far side. That one in. Wow. Linder.
It's another. You look at statistics and you go, well, what does it really mean? Well, the hitting stats in the first set, El Camino hits 375. American River's a negative 105. We go all the way after the third set. Now American River's raised it to 132, while El Camino's dropped to 195. It's starting to even out.
That's right.
5-3 El Camino with a 2-point lead. Johnson, Lily.
Carry over from set number 3 for Johnson. It's 11 kills for her.
And she's been the best hitter about the last game and a half on either team. That includes Fina Leilua. As Sara able to get a tap on it. Leilua does get it over. Johnson off of the block, not down. Smith saves it. Roll shot, no. As Sara sets up Leilua, step close. She's trying to go angle. It's going to be out.
And the look on her face kind of tells you she's like, I wasn't expecting that myself. That was a real sharp angle, but I didn't think she expected it to go that sharp.
Yeah, the cohesion and the synergy right now just not there for El Camino. Really haven't seen it since set 1. In set 1, it was all ARC in terms of the negative. So Leilua off of the high hands. Coach talked about the great high hand swing. That's it right there.
That's picture perfect. I mean, that's a difficult swing to attempt when when we're first learning the game as young kids. That's not something that's out there for you, and that just shows the vision that Fina has and why she's such a great attacker.
Yeah.
An excellent dig by Fina here.
A dig, great bump set on the far side, out of system. They keep it alive. That's ARC. We're still playing on this point. Isara, back set. That's LaCroix. And LaCroix will put it away for the kill.
Here's something that neither team is even thinking about at this very moment. Whoever wins this match is going to play Irvine Valley in the semis tomorrow at 2 p.m.
Look at that. That's a great plug for day 2 there, Robert. Really appreciate that. ARC a little off the mark there. They trail it 8-5. Fina Leilua. Serving it up. Johnson off the top of the tape. Coach, that almost looks by design.
I think she mishit it a little bit, but I have noticed that in American River's 6 points, 3 of their kills have gone to area 1, the right back corner, where Fina Leilua, number 6, is standing right now. So they're seeing something that right back area is rich in kills right now.
Yeah, they're making her work, that's for sure. Bryden can't get the kill. Middle attack, well pop blocked back over. Smith saves it. Adams bumps that near side. This is Johnson. Johnson gets it back over. Donatucci, Isara, back row attack. Fina can't get it down.
Oh, nice.
That's a great placement shot from Allison Linder. And Linder has come alive here over the last about set and a half here for ARC.
Yeah, Coach Terrell, I have a question for you. We talked this whole setup of the single elimination format, the idea of everybody being rested and ready to go. Well, so fatigue's not as big a factor. How about the fatigue factor, though, in a match when you're taking as many swings as Fina Leilua?
It can happen for sure. I mean, you get to a certain point in a tight match, and hopefully you're running on adrenaline a little bit. But
this is only the fourth set. It's early on.
It's early on,
She's
and I don't
approaching 60.
Yeah, we might see that have an effect. But at the end of the day, she's El Camino's best player, so she's got to play well. Like Mike said earlier, if she doesn't play well, I don't know if they get it.
Fina out of the back row. Keene right there, back set. Linder off of the block, not down. Oh my goodness, ARC, how do they keep that alive? Set outside, this is Clark, she's been pretty good here.
Another dig by Adams, unbelievable. Yep.
Took the words right out of my mouth there. Ewell blocks that one over, they're not getting to it this time, point El Camino.
And to your point, I mean, American River, they're a scrappy team, they're touching balls, they're getting it over when you don't think they will. And El Camino's going to have to be patient and just stick with it.
And we have a timeout here called 10-7. El Camino with a 3-point lead.
El Camino trailing American River 2-1, and in this fourth set, it's El Camino up 10-7.
Yeah, El Camino's had a nice response out of that third set. They're trying to keep their season alive here. Another great transition swing. They've got the momentum here.
Not very much margin for error for El Camino. Obviously, it's win this set or you're done. Trying to force a fifth set. And remember, in set number 3, El Camino led for a lot of that set. And then ARC flipped the switch and started really going around.
But if you think about it, though, Mike, you really can't play any worse than American River did in that opening set. They did. I mean, they hit negative. They had 10 attack errors. They struggled offensively. They weren't making plays, except for Adams.
Right. Camino serving at 12-7. Back set a beauty to Linder, and Linder can't put it down. It's a great dig by Isara. Adams puts that one up. Smith near side. Johnson with the kill.
Another great set by Smith. And, you know, we're talking about it. We're seeing these momentum swings. It's going back and forth. It looks like it's a long match. So who's going to have enough left in the tank? American River has kind of gone on the emotional roller coaster, but if they don't keep those plays alive, what's going to happen? We'll see how they respond.
Joslin serving. That one roofed over. That was Wellpot. And Robert, you talked about it. Wellpot, pretty good block numbers on the season for ARC.
And as Coach Terrell says, and she's not tall. I mean, she's medium height at best.
Yeah, reading the game really well and getting her hands in a great position.
Tough serve. Clark doesn't handle it well. Donatucci gets it over. Free shot. free ball here. Smith tries to feast on it. Bumped up by Isara. Back row attack. Fina, good swing. Not down though. Adams bumps it. Smith cross court for a beauty.
Wow. It's fun seeing the two best arms, El Camino's Fina Leilua, American River's Savannah Smith, just going after it right there. Two great swings.
And a big dig from Boda Jocelyn on that big swing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Great pass by Fina.
Sets up Ewell. Bumped up near side. Lily Johnson. That's a great set from Adams. So Adams sets that up, and that's just in perfect unison with Lily Johnson. Great approach and the swing.
You got some multifaceted players out here. Savannah Smith doing so many different things, and Adams for their team.
This is just a fun match to watch. Either team could do it.
Back and forth we go. Fina gets it over. Wellpot mistimes it, able to get it back over. Clark off of the block and tools it well.
It's as advertised. How's that?
Absolutely. And like Adams on the last rally had this great out of system set, there we see Fina Leilua with an excellent set with her forearms from the middle back of the court, giving her teammate a chance to swing and score.
Schedule slated today for 10, 1, 4, and 7. Now, obviously, if this goes 5 and we kind of creep into the time, we will notify you as to what time the broadcast will start here today.
And what's the entire length of protocol for a pregame?
It's a 1 hour warm-up.
1 hour warm-up, right?
Absolutely.
And as you know, at the state tournament format, no matter what, you always get that 1 hour. So
Keene off of the block.
If it gets extended, you get that 1 hour for sure.
13 all set full. And ARC a set away from a date with IBC, the defending state champs. Ewell, slow slide, able to get it over. Bumped up by Lily Johnson. Smith with the dink, perfectly placed. She's had a couple of those here today. She's a very well-rounded player. You expect that. Obviously a bounce back from Washington State. She has the pedigree. All regional selection in the north. With a timeout, El Camino now trailing by 1, 14-13 set full. Shades of set 3 here after El Camino had controlled much of set 3. ARC flips the switch. They take set 3. They have a 2-1 lead heading into set 4. And here we see it. El Camino with much in control of this set 4. Now ARC with a 1-point lead. Smith rifled down the line, but it's out.
Yeah, it's been an interesting match, and this fourth set's kind of a microcosm. I mean, El Camino came out, I think they forced ARC to call a timeout, down 11-7, and now we've seen ARC come back and tie it at 14-all. Who's going to take the momentum here in the last 11 points of this set?
14-all. Back and forth we go. Quarterfinal number 2 between ARC, the Beavers, and El Camino, the Warriors. Wellpot dug out, outside. Fina! Leilua using all of the court there. We have an overrule?
Overruled by the head referee. He calls it out, overruling the line judge on the hard angle swing. That's incredible. Leilua's got a smile on her face saying, no, I think that one was in, but I'll get this next one.
So the lead back to ARC. See if we can get this on the replay here. Well, that looked in. Jimenez serves up for Leilua. Leilua looking for the back line. Johnson right there. Keene looking for the back line herself. This is going to be a net violation. Going to be called, I believe, going to go against Keene. Yep.
And that's a situation where it's hard to have that body control when that ball is only about a ball width off the net. It's hard to get there and jump straight up.
Do you think an official, the moment they see a call maybe kind of iffy, not a bad time to make that call right there?
I'm sorry, I don't understand what you're asking.
I'm saying
I would hope that they would call what they see.
Robert,
and be
he knows
confident.
not of what you speak, sir. 15 all.
Just seemed rather convenient that there was a call immediately after the other call.
That one put over. Free ball coming for ARC. Savannah off of the block but not down. Donatucci to Donatucci.
Oh, great set.
That's an unbelievable set out of system. Fina puts it away. Fina Leilua, I feel like she just needs the one name. Kind of like a Brazilian soccer star.
She's worthy of it.
That's a fact. 16-15 the lead now in favor of El Camino. Kelly Donatucci serving it up. Wellpot reaches back. Can't put it away. Hard angle there for Fina. Can't put it down. They'll go back to Fina. Double tap from Donatucci. Excuse me, that was Menard up front earlier for ARC.
I'm surprised the referee chose to call a double contact there. He's let a lot of those others go. So what we look for as coaches is we want consistency.
For sure.
Either call nothing or call them all, but they got to be the same.
Smith attacking Fina Leilua in terms of the service game, and Fina did not handle that very well. You talked about they've been targeting her now, and she's not responded all that well, has Leilua.
A clean overpass on that one.
Another overpass.
Two in a row.
El Camino out of sorts, trailing it by 2 now after they went up 1.
And we'll see what Savannah Smith does on this serve. Does she serve it short like her last one, or does she serve it deep again?
She goes short off of the tape. It's a perfectly placed ball out of the service line by Savannah Smith. Timeout El Camino. They trail it by 3, and they are on the brink. Season on the line for the Warriors. High drama here in set 4. 19-16 American River on top of El Camino. Battle of number 2 and number 3. 2 in the north, 3 in the south. We talked about it coming in. This is a very deceptive number 3 in El Camino. Very tough team. Top 5 in state in terms of the rankings. How do you like that if you're ARC?
Well, at this point, a ranking means nothing. So I don't think that's in either of those teams' mind. What I love out of this timeout, Fina Leilua goes around and high-fives all of her teammates so they get the energy back, and now they have momentum. A missed serve out of a timeout in this crucial point in the season, that's tough to deal with.
Well, we talked about the service errors really plaguing ARC in set 1 en route to the 25-11 loss. See it right there, Savannah Smith off the mark. Mike Terrell, Robert Lewis, Mike Cepeda with you on today's broadcast. Day 1 of the 2018 3C2A Volleyball Championships. Menard gets it over. LaCroix dug out by Johnson. Keene.
Oh, wow.
That's a great
Touch
swing.
Oh.
Jocelyn unable to corral it. 20-17.
And although American River won that point, I've been really impressed. Look at Jessica Jimenez on El Camino, number 28, coming in as a DS. She's really fired them up and touched a lot of balls on defense. Almost ran that one down.
Keene will serve it up for ARC. Jimenez, bump set far side. Lacroix, good swing, gets it blocked back over. Bump set near side. This is Fina. Fina, roll shot. Keene right there. Back set, coming. That one off of a touch. That's Linder. And Linder been a big part of the success for ARC. Beavers 4 points away.
I think they're feeling it a little bit. They feel like they can get this going. See if El Camino can get a big side out. Probably going back to Fina Leilua on the right side.
When in doubt, go to the well. Donatucci. No, quick set in the middle. That shot going to be out. Bryden didn't really have much of an angle there. She was past the end line and 3 points away now for ARC. Good pass from Donatucci outside. Lacroix looking for the hardwood, not going to find it initially, but eventually does as Smith sends that one out of play.
I think if it is American River and they win it in 4 sets, it may not be an upset, but 25-11 in the first set, that says a lot to make a rally from that.
That's called resiliency. That's a fact. Johnson! Lily's the player of the match, I think. If you're ARC, she's been terrific. Her and Adams.
Offensive and defensive. There you go.
(23-18) as I say that, Adams puts it into the top of the tape. So stay of execution here for El Camino. They are 2 points away from the end of their season. They have to dig deep right here. Renee Bryden back to the service line for the Warriors. Serves up a good one. That one off of Linder. Linder with the kill. Match point for ARC.
Well, it's definitely an American River heavy crowd here in Northern California, so we'll see if they can get it done on this first match point. Nice pass.
Ewell. That's she mistimed it and able to get it where nobody was.
Save match point.
So you save match point indeed there, Robert. Now Donatucci will serve things up for El Camino. Caitlin.
My guess it's going outside to Savannah or in the middle.
On a good pass, this is out of system. That one might have been out. No chances taken by Donatucci. Back row attack. Fina, big swing. Adams right there. Johnson can end it. No, it's blocked back over. Joust ball one.
Oh.
This is Loyola. Net violation. El Camino ARC through to the semis.
What a match. What a comeback.
Unbelievable comeback.
25-11. They go down in set one. 3 sets in a row for the Beavers, and they have a date with the defending state champs tomorrow. That'll wrap it up for our coverage here of Game 2, Game 3 coming up. Bakersfield, Fresno City. Thank you for watching, everybody. For Mike Terrell, Robert Lewis, Mike Cepeda signing off. We'll see you at 4 p.m.